Okay, it's been a long time because I ordered these back in January 2022 and they're finally here. So if you remember during the moving video where there was that blank wall in the office right near the end, and I said I did have a plan for that, but what I ordered did not come in yet, they're finally here. So they're display cabinets, but they're kind of like, I don't know, like the Rolls Royce of display cabinets. They're big and they look real nice, and so I thought, oh great, I'll get those. And yeah, they take a while to get here. So they're finally they're finally in my possession. So let's build them and see how they turn out. Now, just to get ahead of the comments here, because I know some people are going to ask, that's what it's called, Module Case Stackable Display. And, you know, I've said before, but just in case people don't know, not sponsored. I bought these with everything else when I initially moved out of pocket. These are things that I decided on. This particular one is the DF120, but there's two more over here. So these are also 120s, and then these are the DF60, and they've got separate options. You can price out with LED lights and these back shelves and this little riser with a drawer. So the more you buy, if you get a package deal, it comes out a little bit cheaper, but these are really nice, high quality. They're modular, as the name implies, so that's what drew me to these, because you can interlock them together, and when you do that, it doesn't look like they're all separate, or, you know, you can expand later and it still looks very clean. I like that look a lot. That's what I'm going for, and so that's why I went with these. Also, they're huge. If you want to store like really big, oversized statues or consoles, or just a lot of games, and have enough room to store the amount of things you have, there's very few shelves on the market that are going to allow you to do that. So these are perfect for just that. So let's start setting this bad boy up. Lisa, what are you doing? So we're pretty much done with this first one, and my god, you can already see just how big this thing is. It's gigantic. I have two more of these, and then the DF60s or whatever, which are gonna sit next to this, and that's also why there's no acrylic panel on this side. And this one is installed. I guess in theory you could put one there, but you know, if you're going to be extending this, they don't give you a panel because you're going to be connecting by these very modular metal pieces. That's basically how this thing works, is that it's all these metal frames, right? And you use all these channels to connect and put together the box, or stack them, extend them. So yeah, this first one's done. You can see this nice little felt bottom, but it's all dirty because of course they ship it. So a lot more to go. So this was definitely a multi-day process, no doubt about that. Probably took me 4 or 5 days, I think. And that might just be because I have a lot of back pain nowadays, and I don't know, I just try and space these things out a bit. But that, and also the instructions, kind of a pain. They weren't terrible, but also not great either, so you're going to make a mistake here or there during the first pass on the cube or a drawer, so that took like an hour and a half, 2 hours. But after that, most of the remaining parts of the build and each component weren't nearly as complicated, I guess we could say. So yeah, it went a lot faster at that point. But now you see I'm starting to put this thing together, and it's starting to take shape here. The little feet they give you is plastic. So on the LVP flooring, they're just sliding right out, but once more weight is on top of these, then I don't think they're going to slide that easily. You'll also take notice that when I'm installing the acrylic panels on the side, those do slot into the steel frame, but leave the paper on, that way when we're towards the end, we'll tear it off, it'll look nice and clean. The front acrylic panel is actually connected by magnets, which is so cool because it's super easy to take it off whenever you want to put something in the display. So that's all by magnets, you can basically just leave those for the end. Alright, connecting these together, so this is why they call them modular, because it's all the same hardware with different sizes. So vertical stacking, they give you this little trim piece here that slots in, and then tighten it that way, more or less. So we'll try and catch it in case it falls. There we go. It's not even quite lined up anyway, so there we go. Let's try to make it even. I don't know why they made these silver though. It's all black hardware. Holy shit, these are big. Okay, now I get to run the LEDs. We're almost done. So these two big units are gonna connect together, so they're solid pieces. God, this is so big. That's as far as I can zoom out. Okay, run the LEDs. They actually don't stop. They don't run from the top corner. They start from the bottom, which you can't even see where the hole is, but there is room to run the cable, and it goes in through these channels. Pretty discreet, so I get to do that, but part of the reason why I got the riser with the drawer, not only so it's, you know, not just like completely on the ground, but, you know, it's storage, so that's cool. But the middle one, I'm going to drill a hole in the back because gotta run power, and the power, the outlet is a little too high off the ground. It's going to hit that back piece there. So if I want this to be as flush to the wall as possible, I'm just going to use a nice little 90-degree angle here. I probably should have got a power strip that I can set on a timer as is, because I'm going to put this on a timer, but I have to use, I got a bunch of these spare little Anchor TP-Link things, so they're super convenient because I actually started using them for that light, for that, you saw that in the moving video, and this light over here. Which, by the way, here's what this looks like now. Changed it up a little bit. Still got all my handhelds, but I finally picked up these. I wanted to get these a while ago, which was the Rose Gaming stand. Stands for multiple handhelds, so I have these now. But these are actually, like, a lot of the stuff I want in this display cabinet, so. But I have them for now. In fact, I even have a lot of, nope, not on that one. I think it's this top one here. Nope, not that one. There we go. I got a lot of spares. Check this out. My buddy got this for me for my birthday this year. This is my first PSA card. I don't collect Pokemon cards. Obviously, I love Pokemon, but my first little PSA 10, a shiny Voltorb, because I like Voltorb. Anti-Flosion. The LED lighting is pretty straightforward. It's all double-sided tape for the upper light when you're connecting it to the ceiling, and then there's a cable channel that you do have to install, again with double-sided tape, and that's for this portion right here. But then when you're running the cable through the back, you do run it through the inner seam of the metal frame there, which you can then sort of lock them into place with these little plastic, I guess another cable channel, but it slots into the steel frame. Now, as for adjoining displays horizontally, this is again something where you're going to be slotting in a little screw attachment into the steel frame, and then you just use this metal bracket and screw it in that way. That's going to lock two separate displays together. I'm only showing you one, but you want to do this in most areas where, this is on the back for example, but I also did them on the front where they're out of view, because it's on the, if you were to take the acrylic panel off from the front and then stick your head in and look inward, that's where there's a few more of those hidden in place just to keep it all tucked together. Finally, doing the remaining LED lights. This is something where pretty much all the strips come with male-female connectors, so you're only running power from each particular section, so the top, middle, bottom, and that's all on the left side. Because of the male-female connectors, I can just power the strips from left to right, so there's only 3 cables going down, and they all run from the far left side of the entire display. Oh yeah, there we go. She's looking good, real good. The only thing I don't like so far is this. You can probably see it already. What is going on with these things? And I kind of already knew going into this because I saw this with other people's setups. Like these male-female connectors, when you got the lights all arranged up, and obviously you want to keep them as center as possible, but because they connect, you've got these big bulky connectors that you can't really like put them anywhere. The metal bar is right there, which the ceiling sits up a little bit higher from that. So it's like, what am I gonna do? Just like, to keep it like level, maybe like double-sided tape, or cut a cable channel, and it would be a kind of a complex, annoying cut to hide it better, but I don't know. I'll try and do something with that, plus the ones that are on the end that are kind of loose. I don't know, but for now, I just have to clean and get the, because I have the back halves too for, you know, like additional shelving. But before all that, it's time to make r/oddly satisfying proud, because I'm going to clean all this up. And I'll probably have to kick Melissa out of the room because she's been climbing all over this, getting her catness on it. So let's get this ready. Maybe it's time I start posting thirst traps. I better enjoy this site while it lasts. Anything that's Melissa height is not going to stay clean. I'll tell you that right now. She's gonna get her snoot all over this thing. There we go. We're all done. We're so done, you can see me in the reflection because all the panels are in now. And plus the room looks more open again because now everything's off, right? So it's totally see-through. And yeah, I'm liking it a lot so far. I will say I'm still like kind of a huge neat freak, so it's like impossible to get it completely clean. There's definitely still little specks and things like that, like right here. So it's gonna drive me up a wall, and like I said, this bottom part, Melissa is just gonna get her get her nose all over it and bleh all over it, so that's probably not gonna stay clean. But now it's the fun part. We get to fill it up. And I'll tell you right now, I can't fill the whole thing. You know, like I mentioned with the moving video, everything that was put up in here, it's, you know, it was put in with expansion in mind. So this is more than I need right now. I'll fill in certain spots, see how it looks, but the whole thing is not going to get filled in. But we'll see how it looks for my first pass, if as it were. Alright, I'm going to have to apologize because this is all I'm doing for this video. I don't have enough acrylic easels, which I'm using like most of the ones that can fit cases on that part, and then I need more like acrylic separate stands and things. I'm just kind of underprepared for doing at least 1 or 2 other spaces. Because my idea right now is maybe doing some complete in box GBA since I'm... Really? Melissa. Yeah. Yeah, I want to do... that was like a dumb thing I decided on, was doing complete in box GBA, so I think they'd look great in here, but I need, you know, acrylic stands to level it off. And I've got the back shelves, but, you know, it's only going to be basically this. Now, I will say, what I filled in right now... I love it, because I think most of you know I was sitting on these for a long time. So now I can keep all of my Jack stuff out. And my God, does it look gorgeous. My 3 Gaming Heads Jack statues. And then all the little limited run goodies and the separate prints for the Jack games. And some of the extra little cars for Jack X. I mean, it took this whole bottom portion. So... and now I've only got 2 more, right, for 2 big sections, but the general idea is maybe some fancy complete in box games on, you know, this side. I've got a few other statues maybe I can do up there, and probably like consoles and things are going to go here, like handhelds, PS3s, things like that. I'm sure I can fill that out nicely. I'm sorry, I just don't have everything right now, but we'll call the video right here. You can get a general idea of this is what I was waiting for. So all around, I think it looks great. 2 big complaints I have with this thing. 3 if we're counting the annoying setup process, but even then it's pretty simple compared to probably other kinds of furniture. The felt bottom is pretty weak. You got to be careful cleaning it, because God forbid you apply any pressure. It's going to create some streaking that is not bouncing back up. And then it is all acrylic panels, so, you know, acrylic is extremely weak and susceptible to micro scratches if you're not careful. So I was using a fresh microfiber towel, but already created some micro scratches right above there, so you got to be careful. That's pretty much it, though. It's, you know, pricey, but get what you pay for, so that's it. All right, so that's basically the whole room. There's nothing else I can fill in here. It's all done, and I say that because, you know, over time we all sort of naturally change things and move things around. So maybe in like a year or 2 we'll do an update if I have enough things in here that are changed, and, you know, maybe then we can talk about it, like this getting filled in. But that's basically it. So, and we'll keep doing the collection updates every like month or so if I pick up interesting things. But for now, I think we can call it. So thank you so much for watching, and of course thank you so much for being a part of this journey and helping all this be a reality for me. I'm truly grateful, and I will see you all in the next video. You take it easy.